Welcome everybody to part 3 of mixing with Waves plugins, where we're using nothing but Waves plugins on a mix, and we're also doing the same mix with nothing but stock plugins and Slate digital plugins, and then at the end we will compare them all. So far we've done mix bus processing as well as drums. So today we're going to be looking at bass guitar, and we're going to start here on our bass bus and then move on to the individual tracks. So let's go ahead and get started, and then we'll talk about the changes at the end.
Finally alone, with a peace of mind that I've been searching for, and all I seem to hear. And when you hold my hand, it doesn't matter how far I may be. No, I'm home. I was there like a start. Gift of the present always lives in your heart. So let's enjoy our time. I'ma lean on you, you lean on me. So good when we're together. Hey, now you should know I won't lose my way. The love always saves me. The love always saves me. Wherever I go, wherever I lay.
All right, so let's check that out. Excuse me. Okay, so we started off with the Saphira, and I've been just trying out the presets on this because these presets are really nice. And if I look at this EQ curve here, this is actually exactly what I like. I like to have a little bit of a roll off on the bass, and then a little bit of a boost to get that fatness, and then a roll off on the top. Pretty much that's how I processed the bass on the channel levels. Okay, so from there, I did just the same. I rolled off some of that low end. I got rid of some of the low mids here, and then I just got some of the analog flavor just to give it some character. And then my favorite compressor on bass is an LA2A. Doesn't matter what kind, Waves, Cakewalk, UAD, whatever, or hardware. I mean, I just love the sound of an LA2A on bass guitar. It just fattens it up and makes it sound so smooth. So that's why I chose to use this as my bus compressor to glue the two tracks together. In fact, using this on the bus made it so I didn't need to use any compression on the actual tracks themselves, and that's great. And then I always come in on the bass bus afterwards and add the R bass, because to me, if I feed into the compressor and the EQ and everything with the R bass, it kind of muddies up. So I like using this last in the chain, and that just gives it some weight and some low end harmonics. And then I'm using the NLS channel, the Neve, because that is just a great vintage sound, as well as it adds some weight to the low mids, as well as the low end without sounding muddy. So as far as EQ, once again, rolling off some low end, cutting out some of that muddiness from the low mids. And then I came in with an API 550 on the DI to add some low end to it, just because the DI bass was a little bit thin and bright. And then to make it cut through a little bit, I added some 3K here, and then rolled off some 12K just to get rid of some of that string sound and make it a little rounder. Okay, and then for the bass amp, it's even simpler. Once again, using the Neve console emulation, and then just rolling off some low end and some low mids. So you can see that with these tools, it makes it very easy to dial in a great sound. And to me, that's the difference between the stock plugins and these third-party plugins. With the stock plugins, you can get a sound that sounds really good, but to me, it takes me a little bit longer than using the Waves plugins or the Slate Digital plugins. So to me, that's what you're really paying for, is the convenience of these, and just how quick you get that sound that's in your head. Because this is almost exactly the bass sound that I envision for this kind of track. So hats off to the Waves guys, because these are amazing plugins, and it's just so quick and easy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something new. Maybe you can try some of these tricks out on your own mix. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can give it a thumbs down. That's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, as I always say. If you really, really liked it, please subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. I hope to see you in the next video, which will be guitars. So thank you so very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.